Alright, hello, and welcome to the first episode of Riley's Collection. Now, this channel has existed for years now, but it was priorly known as We Have Pokeballs. It was a Pokemon channel. Now I kind of want to do, stuff about, general stuff that I collect and that I'm interested in. Right now, mainly action figures. Might get into some other TCGs. I also probably will talk about Beyblades at some point or another. But I collect a lot of things, and so I wanted to repurpose this channel just to have a platform to talk about the things I do collect, because I buy a lot of things nowadays. Now that I'm an adult, I still can't talk for shit, but I do want to talk about the things that I collect. So this is the first episode, and today we're going to be talking about the Marvel Legends Deluxe War Machine. I know this figure came out like a year ago, but it's new to me. I just recently got back into collecting action figures, and so I definitely felt like I had to pick this up. You can still get him pretty much retail price on Big Bad Toy Store. He was in stock right now. While you're watching this, I have no idea if it still is, but I picked this up for about $30, give or take. So yeah, so this is the box. You can see War Machine, all of his accessories, and then, you got his name right there. You got the same artwork on both sides. Sorry, it's hard to get this whole thing in the shots. And then on the back, you have this nice promotional artwork of War Machine, and has the thruster accessories there, the alternate head, showing that off. And then it says, Colonel James Rhodey Rhodes unleashes a torrent of explosive devastation from the air as War Machine. So pretty cool. But I'm sure you guys don't really care too much about the box. So let's actually get into the figure. Okay, so before we actually get into the figure itself, let's talk about all the accessories he comes with. Now, this is a deluxe figure, so the main draw of getting this War Machine is kind of like all the stuff that he comes with. Honestly, I mean, for this figure in particular, I think the draw is more the figure, because this is like the only Hasbro classic War Machine that we have, and spoiler alert, it is a good one. But again, with the deluxe, you get all the accessories. So first we have these thruster pieces, and we saw these with the Iron Man 2020, which I don't have, so I can't compare. But the Iron Man 2020 ones just were this orange color. They didn't have any of the paint details like these ones have, and they look great. I love these. I love that these are included, so that is awesome. And then you can actually take these pieces right here, which are like his thruster pieces. It doesn't want to focus at all. There we go. Which are like his thruster pieces for his feet. And you can stick them into the rest of it, right? And then you get this awesome like blasting off effect, which we will show off later. At the end, there's going to be a montage of the War Machine figure in a ton of different poses, so you guys can see what kind of poses you can get him in, and what he looks like with the accessories and all that jazz. So next, he has this rocket piece, which I think is awesome. You can actually take these off. I'm not sure why you would want to, but if you're a customizer or you like to get creative with your photos, it's nice that you can take them off. But these just kind of plug on to here, and you get this nice blasting effect, which is awesome. I love that so much. Okay. All right. Oh, fell off. Okay. We also get another effect piece right here, and it's kind of like, you know, almost like to mimic bullets, like he's spraying bullets. So you can take his arm right here, and then he's got this little gun, and you can, sorry, it's hard to do this through the camera, but you can plug them on right there and sort of have him like spraying bullets in a row. And you can plug it on either way, I believe. Yes, sir. It will work that way as well. And that is also a really great looking piece. So let's put his arm back down. Okay. Then, oh, got stuff falling all over the place. Okay. Then we have these two little guys right here. Which, excuse my disgustingly dirty nails right now. I really need to cut them. But we got these little effect pieces right here, and these will both plug into that same arm piece right here. So if it'll focus, there we go. We could just plug that right into there. Okay, and I do believe you can get both of them on at the same time. I know there were some people I saw reviewing this guy that said that you can only get them in like this. I have, like, you know, sort of going out in different directions. Now, here, let me see for a second without the camera in my way. But I have seen people be able to get them to coexist properly. So yeah, kind of like that. That's a little better. But yeah, I also think that looks great. One, they're not exactly the same size. They're, if you can see right there, they're two different sizes, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you can have one, you can have both. But yeah, I think that looks great too. And then we also have, for the gun, we have these like smoke pieces. So you can stick them in there just like the other pieces. And it kind of looks like he just got done shooting. And like the barrel is cooling down. And these are not the same sculpt either. They are both two separate different pieces. So that's what they look like together. And these pieces, and also these little orange ones we saw with the Black Widow figure, the Deadly Origin one, I think. And I think they're also in the movie Black Widow, but that deluxe figure. But don't quote me on that. And but yeah, these look great. Yeah, that's coming across great on camera too. But yeah, those are really nice to have as well. And then for the final accessory, we have an alternate head sculpt, being this Rhodey head sculpt. And it is a very nice head sculpt at that. Looks exactly like Rhodey did in the comics at this time. And yeah, it looks great. I personally probably won't be displaying him with this head, but I will put it on him for some of the pictures at the end. And right now, let's just pop off this head if I can. Oh, all right. Hold on. Let me move the. I guess we'll just. All right. Okay. Oh. Oh. I just knocked my camera there. trying to get the head off. I don't know if I'm gonna leave that in the video or not, but yeah, let's just get this guy on here. See if I can get it to pop in all the way. Okay, I think that's in. And that's what he looks like with the Rhodey head sculpt. It took a lot to get there, but we did get it on. And it does look really good with this head sculpt on him. It's what I would like to have him wearing for this review. So there's that. As you can see, one of the guns is off right now. They're both just on ball joints. You can switch them from one side to the other. Now this one out of the box was pretty loose on there, so when I took it out, it came off, and then it took quite a bit of force to get it on, actually, to get it back on. So, and now it's pretty tight, which is good. But yeah, that's just something to note, I guess. But both of these guns can move forward and backward, so you can have them engaged and they'll both move side to side. They don't really hinder the head a whole lot unless you know, move them quite a lot. But yeah, they both move back and forth, and they can move backwards like this as well, so you can have them sort of disengaged right there. Okay, so as far as the figure itself, let's take a look at him. Let's see, focus. Okay. And you can see he looks absolutely amazing. See all the sculpted detail on the armor pieces. And I think it looks great. The one thing that I saw people talking about was the fact that the legs and the arms aren't actually painted silver like the torso and the head. I don't know if you can't, it doesn't really look too different on camera. And to be honest, in real life, it doesn't look that different either. Some people have said that it's a little bit jarring. I don't share that experience. I think in real life, it looks pretty close to how it does on camera right here. And I think it looks pretty good. The paint and the plastic both reflect light a little bit differently, so if you really look at it, you can tell, but I don't think it's really going to be causing you many issues with him being on the shelf. As far as the paint, aside from the torso and the head, the only other painted areas are this arc reactor and this little light up here, his red light, and then there's another one on his gun right here. Other than that, it's pretty much unpainted, just regular molded plastic, which is fine. It still looks great. I love this like matted finish that the black parts have. I think that looks amazing. Yeah, as far as the articulation, I don't want to spend too much time on the articulation, so if I miss something, I do apologize. You can leave it down in the comments if you want, but he can look up about that far, he can look down about that far, and his head moves all around. You can get the attitude with the head, which is pretty good. And then the arms, let's see, I actually haven't played with the articulation at all yet. Like, I literally just took it out of the box, but you can seem to get it up about that far, which isn't too bad. I have seen people force it up higher, but I don't really want to do that. I don't want to break it. And then the arm will rotate all the way around, just like that. Now these pieces right here, it looks like they are attached to the shoulder. So I couldn't tell before, but yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to see that. But yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but it does appear to be attached to the shoulder. So what that means is you can get full rotation out of these arms, which is pretty awesome. Then for the arm itself, we have a bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow right there. There's no cuts at the forearm, which is slightly annoying, especially for this arm that has this gun on it. It would have been nice to have it, but not the end of the world. Also, mine has a little bit of extra plastic right there. Can't seem to get that. Okay, I'll worry about it later. And then the hand rotates all around and has a hinge right there. So it moves about that far forward and that far back. We don't get alternate hands with this guy, which is slightly disappointing, especially because he is at that deluxe price point. So I think like some repulsor hands would have been nice. I know that War Machine isn't really known for his repulsor blasts, but still, just to have him in like some flight poses, you know, it would have been a lot better with those included than not. But the fists are fine. We do get all the effect pieces to supplement the fact that he doesn't have repulsor blasts, but still, it would have been good to get at least a set of those, simply because this is a deluxe figure. And as we move down, we get to the torso, right? And it'll move about that far forward, so not too terribly far, and that far backward. So the ab crunch really isn't that good, which is a little disappointing. But again, not the end of the world. But this little piece right here will actually bend upwards, because this is like a soft plastic. So when you move the ab crunch, it doesn't like break up the sculpt. And I think that looks great. I think they did an excellent job with that piece right there. I think that's beautiful engineering. He does have a swivel at the waist. His legs will move up about that far. Okay, and then back about that far. So not far back at all. That's pretty trash, to be honest with you. We do have a cut at the thigh. Mine is very loose, or not very loose, very tight on that side. All right, there we go. It took a lot. All right, he does have a rotation there. And then he does have a double joint at the knee. He also has ankle pivots, which on Marvel Legends is usually pretty good. His foot can go back about that far, which is again pretty good, and not very far forward at all. So, all in all, his articulation is fairly limited. Not, you know, you'll still be able to get him in some great action poses, but he's not going to be doing anything like, you know, you'd see Spider-Man doing, which is fine, because this is War Machine. We don't need him to be in, you know, any extreme crouching poses or like, you know, contorting his body in really extreme ways. He's in a suit of armor. It's War Machine. What more do I need to say? But all in all, this figure, it looks great. A lot of people were complaining about the this right here with the leg, how you can see that, which is, you know, obviously not ideal, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal, honestly, especially, you know, for Marvel Legends, that kind of thing is going to happen. So it really could be worse. One thing I will say, though, is that I wish they would stop putting those like numbers right there. I guess like serial number or whatever that is. I don't like it on the back of the thigh. I suppose it's better than on the front of the figure, but just put it on the feet, Hasbro, come on. Like, I don't want to see that on my figure anywhere. And for certain figures, probably not this one, but for certain characters like Spider-Man who have their legs up in the air quite a bit of the time, it's really annoying. So I wish they would stop doing that. But again, it's not that big of a deal. So now that we've taken a look at the figure and the articulation, let's do some comparisons against some other figures in my collection. Okay, so for the sake of comparison, here is the Deluxe War Machine next to the Modular Iron Man and Stealth Suit Iron Man. I think they all look great together. I'll probably do some pictures with those two at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. We have him next to the 2-pack Endgame Mark 85. Right there, if I can get him to stand up. So yeah, they scale pretty nicely together. Yeah, let me just try and stand him up one more time. He does not like standing, which is okay, because I usually have him flying anyway. You know, there it is. There's the comparison. And then moving on with other MCU figures, we have the Marvel Legends. I think this was the was it Ironmonger Build-A-Figure? Maybe. I don't remember. But the Iron Patriot figure. So yeah, they also look pretty good together. Obviously not the same style as with the Iron Man, but if you're going for like a Hall of Armor type of thing, I think it could still work. And then here he is next to the black and gold Spider-Man Homecoming suit. So he's quite a bit taller than Spider-Man there, and about the same height as Iron Patriot. We have the Armadillo Build-A-Figure right here, who is massive, and that's about how he stacks up against Armadillo. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so at the end of the day, what do I think about this figure? Should you buy it? Is the price increase from the Marvel Legends price points, the normal price point, justified? And this is a question that has been asked by many different people, and some people will tell you different things. Personally, this is how I think all Marvel Legends should be. Okay, give us the good accessories, give us good quality figure. All right, if it's gonna cost more, if it's gonna cost less than $10 more to give us a ton of good accessories and a quality figure, then I'm down for it. I don't mind spending the little bit of extra money, because at the end of the day, you know, is you know, $30 compared to about like $22 to $25, depending on where you're buying your Marvel Legends from. Is that a price increase that is really all that significant? No. Is it a price increase that is probably going to bother a lot of people? No. If you're already collecting Marvel Legends, chances are you have $30 to spend. Okay, so if I personally think that this is what all Marvel Legends should be doing. You know, give us more quality, and I will gladly pay that $30 price point. So that's gonna wrap up the video. We're gonna move on to the montage of pictures at the end. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. If not, that's fine, you don't have to, or leave a dislike or whatever. comment, tell me what you think about this figure, if you're going to pick it up. Again, I do know that it's like a year old, but it is still available at retail. You can find it. So if you did miss out on this figure when it was in stores, go pick it up online, because there is a high chance that at some point it will skyrocket in price, at least in my opinion. So yeah, thank you for watching, and tune in for the next one. I'll see you.